Hey y'all, welcome back to Love and Life Unfiltered. I am your host, Black Blondie. Over here, this is where we talk about love, life, lessons, healing, dating, choosing wisely, and becoming the woman who no longer settles for crumbs and calls it a meal. Today's conversation might step on a few toes, but we need to talk about it. We are talking about what it means when a man you are dating cannot or will not help you with something as basic as a tire. Now, before somebody starts clutching their pearls, let me say this clearly. This is not about women being gold diggers. This is about a man being a man. And this is not about using men. This is not about expecting a man you barely know to pay your rent, your bills, your car note, your mortgage, your lashes, your nails, and your whole lifestyle. No, ma'am. This conversation is about effort. It is about protection. It is about capacity. It is about discernment. It is about knowing the difference between a man who is truly not in a position to help and a man who benefits from your softness, your patience, your understanding, and your low expectations. Because sometimes, ladies, it is not about the tire. It is about the fact that your car is sitting there and you are stressed out. You are trying to figure out how you are going to get to work, pick up your kids, get home, handle your responsibilities, and the man who has been trying to lay up, date you, call you baby, ask for your time, ask for your attention, ask for your affection, suddenly has nothing to offer when you actually need help. And that is where we have to start being honest, because a lot of women are dating men who want to access them but do not want responsibility towards them. Let me say that again. Some men want access to you, but they do not want responsibility towards you. They want your time, they want your body, they want your loyalty, they want your emotional support, they want your nurturing, they want you to listen to their dreams, their problems, their childhood wounds, their work drama, their baby mama drama, their financial problems, their stress, their trauma, and their excuses. Wow, boy, oh boy. But the moment you need something, suddenly you are asking for too much. Suddenly you are materialistic. Suddenly they don't owe you anything. Suddenly they are not your man like that. And see, that is where we have to stop getting played by boyfriend behavior from men who do not want boyfriend responsibilities. Because if a man is enjoying the benefits of your presence, your energy, your body, your loyalty, your femininity, and your cooking, your listening ear, and your peace, your prayers, your encouragement, and then why is it a problem when you need support? And again, I am not saying every man should automatically be your personal ATM. That is not what we are doing over here. We are grown. We are responsible women. We should have our own money. We should have our own emergency fund. We should be working towards our own stability. But dating is also an audition. Yes, dating is an audition. Dating is where a man shows what he has to offer, what kind of husband he will be, if he would be a life partner for you. Because life, not just dinner, dates, and cute texts. Life is flat tires. Life is sickness. Life is stress. Life is unexpected bills. Life is car problems. Life is job changes. Life is emergencies. Life is moments when you need help, somebody to depend on. Baby, don't worry. You need somebody to say, I got you. I may not have the whole amount, but let me figure it out. That's what you need, because that matters. A man may not always have it all, but he should have some kind of concern, some kind of urgency, some kind of solution, and some kind of care. And ladies, this is where we mess up sometimes. We are so used to being understanding that we start confusing understanding with accepting the bare minimum. We say things like, well, he's trying. He said he would if he could. He's going through a hard time. He has potential. He's still healing. He's not used to a woman like me. He didn't have a good example growing up. Blah, 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 etc., etc. Okay, sis, but where are you in all of this? Where are your needs? Where are your safety? Where is your peace? Where is your standard? Where is your future? Because one thing I have learned is this: a woman can be so busy seeing the potential in a man that she ignores the reality of what he actually is showing her. And reality is, if he cannot help you with a tire, if he cannot show concern when you are stranded, if he cannot even offer a solution, if he cannot make a phone call, send you something towards it, come check on you, and or even act like your safety matters, then what exactly are you building with him? Because marriage is not just romance. A relationship is not just vibes. Love is not just chemistry. Partnership requires contribution, and that contribution is not always money. Sometimes it is leadership. Sometimes it is problem solving. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is emotional stability. Sometimes it is showing up. Sometimes it is making sure you do not have to carry everything by yourself. But if a man brings no money, no leadership, no emotional support, no protection, no planning, no discipline, no solution, then sis, what is he bringing? A good morning beautiful text? A what you doing at 10:47 p.m.? A few compliments, some temporary attention? That is not enough. And I need women, especially young women, to stop being so easily impressed by words when real life requires action. Because a man can call you beautiful and still leave you struggling. A man can say he loves you and still watch you drown. A man can say he wants a future with you and still not be equipped to help you build one. And that is why we have to stop dating from fantasy and start dating from reality. Reality says, can this man handle responsibility? Reality says, does this man have discipline? Reality says, is this man generous or selfish? Reality says, does this man make my life lighter or heavier? Reality says, if I was in a hard season, would he help me or disappear? Because let's be real, a tire may not sound like a big thing to some people, but a tire represents something deeper. A tire represents safety. A tire represents transportation. A tire represents your ability to get to work. A tire represents your ability to move around with your children. A tire represents your independence. A tire represents your daily life functioning. So if you tell a man you are dating, hey, I need a tire, and he acts uninterested, annoyed, dismissive, or like that has nothing to do with him, that is information. Do not argue with the information. Do not dress it up. Do not over-explain it. Do not turn it into a struggle love story. Just receive the information, because sometimes God will let a small situation expose a big truth. Sometimes it is not the flat tire that is the problem, it is the flat effort. Because it is not the car that is broken, it is the illusion you had about that man. Sometimes that little emergency is actually a blessing because it shows you who you are really dealing with before you go deeper. And that is why I always say women need to date with their eyes open and with clarity. Stop giving wife energy to a man who has not shown husband qualifications. Stop giving loyalty to a man who has not shown consistency. Stop giving patience to a man who is using your patience as a discount. Stop giving unlimited access to a man who does not add value to your life. Because let's talk about this too. Sometimes a man do not do more because women do not require more. I know that sounds harsh, but we have to be honest. Some men have learned that they can do the absolute least and still get the most. They can show up empty-handed and still get fed. They can make excuses and still get access. They can disappear and still come back. They can disappoint you and still be forgiven. They can offer nothing but potential and still be treated like a prize. And at some point, we have to ask ourselves, why are we rewarding behavior that does not benefit us? Why are we making it so comfortable for a man to be inconsistent? Why are we afraid to say this is not enough for me? Because that is really what standards are. Standards are not about being mean. Standards are not about being bitter. Standards are not about being better than anybody. Standards are about having a clear understanding of what you require to feel safe, respected, valued, and supported. And if a man cannot meet that, it does not always mean he is a bad person. It may simply mean he is not your person. That is a hard truth, but it is a freeing truth. Because we spend too much time trying to turn man into what we need instead of accepting that they are showing us what they are capable of right now. And ladies, please hear me when I say this. A man's financial situation matters. I know people like to say money does not matter, but money impacts safety. Money impacts options. Money impacts stress. Money impacts family. Money impacts housing. Money impacts transportation. Money impacts the kind of life you are able to build. So no, you should not choose a man only for money, but you also should not ignore the fact that that man with no financial discipline, no plan, no work ethic, no ambition, and no ability to help you in real life situations may not be ready for the kind of relationship you want. Love without stability can become struggle. Chemistry without responsibility can become chaos. And attraction without provision can become resentment. Because after a while, being the woman who always figures it out gets exhausting. You are the one paying, you are the one planning, you are the one fixing, you are the one understanding, you are the one compromising, you are the one being patient, you are the one praying him through, you are the one holding everything down, you are the one being there for him, and he is just there, benefiting from your strength while adding to your stress. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We are not doing that anymore. The woman you are becoming cannot afford to keep entertaining men who bring emotional debt, financial stress, spiritual confusion into your life. And I want to be clear, there is a difference between a man who is building and a man who is comfortable being unable to. A man who is building may not have everything yet, but he has effort, he has humility, he has discipline, he has a plan, he has consistency, He has character. He does not make you feel crazy for needing support. He does not punish you for having standards. He does not shame you for expecting partnership. But a man who is comfortable being unable will make excuses, avoid accountability, accept you to lower your standards so he can feel adequate. And that is not your assignment. You are not here to raise somebody's son. You are not here to convince a grown man to care. You are not here to beg for effort. You are not here to audition for basic considerations. You are not here to prove that you are worthy of being helped. If a man wants to be in your life, he needs to understand that being in your life comes with responsibility. And responsibility does not mean control. Responsibility does not mean ownership. Responsibility does not mean he gets to throw money at you and then disrespect you. No. Responsibility means he understands that your well-being matters. It means if you are in a bind, he cares. It means if you are stressed, he pays attention. It means if he can help, he helps. It means if he cannot help financially, he still does not leave you feeling lonely. Because sometimes a man may not have the money for the tire, but his response will still tell you everything. Did he ask if you were safe? Did he help you call around for prices? Did he offer to come sit with you? Did he try to find a used tire shop? Did he offer something towards it? Did he follow up? Did he show concern? Or did he just say, dang, that's crazy, and keep scrolling? Because, dang, that's crazy is not a love language. Ladies, we have to stop romanticizing unavailable men. Unavailable financially, unavailable emotionally, unavailable mentally, unavailable spiritually, unavailable practically. A man being attractive is not enough. A man being funny is not enough. A man having a good conversation is not enough. A man knowing how to flirt is not enough. A man saying he wants you is not enough. Can he show up? Can he lead? Can he help? Can he protect? Can he provide in some way? Can he make your life better? Because if being with him makes your life harder, heavier, more confusing, more stressful, then what are we doing? And I know some women may say, well, I do not need a man to pay for my tire. I don't either. And listen, I get that. I am not saying you should be helpless. I am not saying you should not have your own. I believe every woman should have her own money, her own plan, her own emergency fund, and her own ability to move around. But just because you can do it yourself does not mean you should accept a man who never contributes. Independency should not become an excuse for a man's lack of effort, because a strong woman does not mean you should date weak support, because capability does not mean you should carry every burden alone. Being understanding does not mean you should make yourself smaller so a man can feel comfortable doing less. Sometimes the most feminine thing you can do is to stop over-functioning, stop fixing everything, stop proving you can handle it, stop rescuing the relationship, stop making his lack look normal, step back and observe. Because a man who wants to do more will usually try to do more. A man who does not want to do more will usually explain why he cannot. That is the difference. One is solution-minded, the other is excuse-minded. And ladies, I need you to start paying attention to how a man responds when you need him, and not when you are cute, not when you are dressed up, not when everything is fun, not when you are available, not when you are giving. Pay attention when you need something. That is where the truth is, because a man's character is not only revealed in how he pursues you, it is revealed in how he supports you. So what do if you are dating someone and he cannot or will not help you with something like a tire? First, do not crash out, do not beg, do not argue for 3 hours, do not send paragraphs trying to convince him why he should care. Just take note. Second, handle your business. Get the tire if you can. Call who you need to call. Take care of yourself. Your safety comes first. Third, evaluate the relationship honestly. Is this a one-time situation, or is this part of a pattern? Does he consistently show up empty? Does he expect access without effort? Does he make you feel bad for having needs? Fourth, communicate your standard clearly. You can say something like, I am not looking for someone to take care of everything for me, but I am looking for a man who is willing and able to show up when life happens. I need to feel supported in the relationship. And fifth, be willing to leave him alone if his actions do not match what you require, because this is where the power is. Not in nagging, not in begging, not in trying to make him understand, not in forcing him to be the man you need. The power is in your ability to choose. Choose peace, choose stability, choose support, choose safety, choose yourself, because a man who cannot help you with a tire may be showing you he cannot help you build a life. And that may sound dramatic, but think about it. If the small things overwhelm him, what will happen when the big things happen? If he is absent during a minor emergency, what would happen during a major one? If he does not care about your safety now, what makes you think marriage will magically make him responsible later? Women have to stop betting their future on imaginary versions of men. Date the man in front of you, not the man he could become, not the man he promised to be, not the man you created in your head, the man in front of you. And if the man in front of you is not supportive, not stable, not generous, not emotionally mature, not solution-oriented, and not adding value to your life, then it may be time to stop giving him space in your world. Because the truth is, women are not asking for too much. A lot of women are asking the wrong man. You are not wrong for wanting a man who can help. You are not wrong for wanting a man who cares. You are not wrong for wanting a man who provides. You are not wrong for wanting a man who makes your life lighter. You are not wrong for saying, I can do bad by myself, but I refuse to struggle with a man attached to me. That is not bitterness. That is wisdom. And the older you get, the more you realize love is not just about how somebody makes you feel in the moment. It is about what kind of life their presence creates around you. Does he bring peace or pressure? Does he bring support or stress? Does he bring clarity or confusion? Does he bring solutions or excuses? Does he bring potential or problems? Because sis, your future is not too expensive to build with. Someone who cannot even invest effort into your presence. So the next time a man shows you he cannot do more, believe him. I'm about to land this plane. Do not shame him. Do not fight him. Do not mother him. Do not try to embarrass him. Just decide if that is enough for you. And if it is not enough, leave him alone. Because sometimes the most powerful thing a woman can say is not a long speech. It is not a paragraph. It is not a tearful explanation. Sometimes the most powerful thing a woman can say is, "This does not work for me," and then move accordingly. Ladies, let this be your reminder. You deserve support. You deserve effort. You deserve consideration. You deserve a man who does not make you feel guilty for needing help. You deserve a relationship where you are not always the strong one, the responsible one, the understanding one, the one holding everything together. And if he cannot be that, then let him be someone else's lesson. You are choosing peace. You are choosing standards. You are choosing your future. And you are choosing not to struggle in the name of love. And this has been Love and Life Unfiltered. I am your host, BB Amore. If this episode spoke to you, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share it with a woman who needs the reminder that it is not about the tire, it is about the standard. Until next time, choose wisely, love yourself loudly, never let loneliness talk you into lowering the price of your peace.